So there's a guy in here, Saintaholic. I think he makes videos talking about you. I think he's probably here trying to find some videos to talk shit. And his comment in here was,
but there's some things, some rumors that have been going around the internet. Now, you know what? I let them run. And the reason I let them run was because it only gave me more recognition. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Publicity is publicity. So I took the heat and let them run with it.
So you have a question here. What's your content about? So I know what to ask you or to bring up in the future. I'm new here, so that's what I asked.
So my content is very simple. I know pretty much everything about everything. You could ask me anything you want.
What they asked me to agree on was a plea deal, which they said, say that she kissed your penis, and that is going to be enough to just keep you in jail for 30 days so you could learn a lesson.
Parents? I'm not a pedophile, you guys.
You're not a pedo what?
I don't have nothing on my record saying I'm a pedophile or nothing.
A pedophile?
Whatever you want to call it. Come on now.
Well, guys, it looks like we are back once again with the man that has about 15 different origin stories now, and the guy that has got to have a humiliation kink at this point, because he is obsessed with saying shit that's gonna get him made fun of. And naturally, I would of course be talking about good old Ben Azoulay, where the last time that we did talk about this downright goober, we were actually just looking at his stupid beef with Ali Soba, and weren't talking about his other shenanigans and stories, and the shit that he got exposed for by John Bravo. But because it's Ben that we're talking about here, he not only had to bring it up again, where he has given another response to it, but he also decided to run from YouTube and is now giving his response on TikTok, and for some reason is also streaming on fucking Twitch. So before we get into what has to be his fourth or fifth response video at this point, we're gonna take a look at this goober's first ever Twitch stream, which occurred last night, and it piqued my curiosity, so I just had to jump in and give it a watch. And it started off with good old Ben needing to shut off the stream 2 or 3 times because he couldn't figure out the audio, and he just got kind of clowned on in the comment section for it, and I even tried to help him out and gave him some real advice of my own, but he just didn't seem to take it. And then after about 10 minutes, when he did get the audio finally working, he went ahead and addressed some claims that he's made in the past, like the whole beating off 30 different guys at the same exact time claim, and admitted that he didn't actually beat off 30 guys, and it was impossible, and stated that he was just taking out of context.
King, how can I beat up 30 guys like you?
So let's clear it up. People took some of the videos out of context. One, I never said I beat up 30 guys. I said I got beat up by 30 guys. And I said they couldn't take me out, which means they didn't kill me. But I did get my ass kicked. But I made it out alive, right? I'm here with you, I'm talking. So people take things out of context, which is fine. That's what makes it funny, you know? But you cannot beat up 30 guys. It's just impossible.
So at least at the end there, he was a little bit truthful by stating that it is impossible to beat up 30 guys, which it definitely is. But to sit there and try to claim that it was taking out of context is just some crazy work. Because the clip itself that ended up going viral for it didn't have you saying that you got beat up by 30 guys, but instead had you saying that you took on 30 guys and they couldn't take you out. So in your very own context, it sounded like you were claiming to whoop 30 different guys' ass.
I fought 30 guys at the same time and they couldn't take me out.
And even if I grant you that, Ben, and give you the benefit of the doubt, this damn story is changing every fucking time you tell it. I mean, not only has it changed from 30 to 40 guys, but you have also claimed to beat up 10 guys at one time, which is just as unlikely as the 30 guys. Now, it's obviously not as bad, but to say that you won a 1v10 is still some crazy work.
It's not a problem for me to fight somebody who is bigger, who might be taller, whatever it is, I don't care. I fought guys that were 7 foot tall, and I fought guys that were almost 400 pounds. I fought 10 guys at the same time and beat their ass. And I fought 40 guys and I got jumped by them, and I was 13 years old. It did not matter how many people it was.
So there's no just talking your way out of your extremely stupid claims. So you can't just sit there and play the I was taking out of context card when your stories change so damn much that there is no context at this point. The shit is all over the place. And after this, he then talked about the monks for a little bit, which was just the normal typical stuff for him. And he then decided that he was also going to address the microfracture fractions thing and stated that it was his plan to say it wrong all along so that he could just get free promotion from all of the supposed haters, which is clearly just coping and BS and promotion that seems to have not done too much for him since he's running to TikTok to get away from YouTube.
And then I was explaining before, there's something called microfractions. Just kidding. It's microfractures. But in the past, you guys have seen me say microfractions. Obviously, I'm messing with people, although I sound very serious. What gives them the little part where they can go make a video about me. So they can make a video when I'm saying something wrong, but I say it wrong on purpose, so they make a video. All of the people who make videos about me, whether it's shit content or good content, they don't know, but they're pretty much my own promoters. They promote me the most. So for me, it's good business saying something on purpose wrong.
So yeah, as you can kind of tell, he's taking that coping route of, oh, everyone who made fun of all the made up shit I said was actually just promoting me all along. But there was something really funny about this, and that is the fact that his Twitch stream didn't get over 20 views the entire time. And a lot of the time, it was sitting at right around 10 to 12. So all of that apparent promotion, man, just must be doing fucking wonders for you, dog. Especially when you consider that out of those 10 to 12 people, like 8 or 9 of them seemed to just be there to end up making fun of him or to ask him goofy questions about the stupid stories he told, which in turn just again led to him getting made fun of. And then on top of that, a lot of the stuff is just things that you don't want to be promoted for and are the things that made you end up running away from YouTube. So you can't say that you were doing this all on purpose and try to pull the whole mastermind card when you're on a dead stream, basically talking to no one, and when you are actively running away from the platform that you have 486k subs on, but are averaging 27k views in an entire month on one video. So the promotion ain't doing shit. If anything, I would say it has been way more harmful than if you just sat there and were yourself and actually gave people real advice, which you did actually do on this stream a good bit, but of course you also just had to throw in stupidity in there that just tainted the message. And when I saw him say this, I just had to be a smartass and respond. And I decided to say, oh, so it was all on purpose to just promote your brand, I see now. And I followed this up with, was the court case planned and fake as well? And the funniest part about this is I guess they didn't see my follow-up yet, and these goobers took my first comment completely serious and actually thought that I was buying into their bullshit.
So there's a guy in here, Saintaholic. I think he makes videos talking shit about you. I think he's probably here trying to find some videos to talk shit. And his comment in here was, oh, so it was all on purpose to promote your brand. I see now. So he's catching on. He's been making content on you. He's just now clicking that he's the promoter.
Yeah, of course. Even all the fake shit on social media. Who do you think started this shit? Come on. This is to promote me.
And yeah, after this, I guess the moderator ended up reading my next comment, and they just straight up ignored me for the rest of everything, and wouldn't respond to any more of my questions. And it was just so damn goofy, because not only did his entire expression change when I was first brought up, but he then somehow got a high and a confidence boost, because his moderator didn't let him know what the follow-up questions were, and just let the poor guy believe that he was actually convincing me. And the rest of his stream was pretty tame, and as I said, he did give pretty good advice at times, but he also did a good bit of yapping about all of the Shaolin monks. But speaking of court case, as I mentioned earlier, he decided to go over to TikTok, where he did another response video, which has to be like the 4th or 5th one at this point, and it only made things even worse because it changed again from the original story.
I'm going to address really quick something that's been going around the internet for the past 4 or 5 months about me. It's rumors, and I'd like to address them. And who am I addressing them for? The people that love me, the people that support me, my fans, the people that believe that through my content, I can help them financially, physically, and mentally. I don't make money off of social media. I invest money every single day for you guys, so I can bring out content for you, so I can teach you how to do better. But there are some things, some rumors that have been going around the internet. Now, you know what? I let them run. And the reason I let them run was because it only gave me more recognition. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Publicity is publicity. So I took the heat and let them run with it. People said that King Azoulay is a child molester. People said that King Azoulay is a sex offender. People have said that I'm a pedophile. All these crazy things, right? Forget about the fact they said other crazy stuff, but like these things are like the worst of the worst. He's a sex trafficker, you name it.
And right out of the gate, he's already kind of on some bullshit, because he's sitting here making it seem like these are just rumors that are going around right now. When in reality, John Bravo brought a ton of different court documents and different types of evidence, like a medical report, and like what the police said, which was in the court documents. And King Azoulay hasn't really addressed that. All he did was provide a cut-up document where he used AI in order to explain a couple of things and make his argument, and where he stated at the top that it wasn't legal advice. So this isn't just some made up little rumor that someone just randomly blurted out. There was actually evidence put behind it. And as I said, there was actually a medical report that John Bravo provided where it involved tearing in places that there shouldn't have been tearing, and it was just never addressed. And on top of all of this, you didn't just let the rumors run for publicity. You tried to respond 3 different times, ended up deleting 2 of them, and finally settled on the 3rd response. So that appears to basically just be another blatant lie. Not to mention, these are the type of rumors that if they aren't true, you don't just let run so you can get attention. And you don't just let it happen so that you can get more views, dog. So already, it just looks like you're full of shit.
So I want to address it because what has happened to me when I was 18 years old, which was almost 20 years ago, is something I'm going to talk about right now. It's something that was very hard for me to talk about, but I want to do it here on a little reel so you guys understand. It takes a real man to face the things that are coming at you. At some point in time when the demons are coming, you have to literally turn around, face them, and let them know that you do not fear them. They do not affect you. And that is what I've done throughout my life. And I want to share with you a little story. When I was 18, I threw a birthday party. I had guys and girls friends come to my house. There was a girl that I was talking to, and she brought a friend. That friend took a drug. We believe it was ecstasy. She then took off her clothes and asked everybody to get with her. Nobody did. And the end of the night, she was supposed to go sleep at her friend's house. Now, if you guys want to see the full video, it's on my YouTube. It explains piece by piece. When I say nobody did, it was a guy who they kind of got together. Again, if you want to go to the YouTube, you could go to the YouTube and see the whole piece by piece. But I'm going to give it to you straight. She then was supposed to sleep over her friend's house. She didn't go sleep over her friend's house because her friend slept over my house. So she went to try to sleep over some guy's house. When she got there, we don't know what happened. But what we do know is that she called her parents. And when she called them, they were super strict parents. They freaked out. Why are you out partying? Why are you doing things without this and this and this and that? We didn't allow you. We thought you're going to sleep over your friend's house. And she's done this many times before. So this was like the final straw. And she said, I got raped. Where did you get raped? At Ben's house. So who did they hear? They heard my name. They heard my brother's name. They came and they arrested us.
And yeah, just like that, apparently with absolutely no proof, the cops just showed up and arrested him according to his side of the story. And I don't know what he's talking about in the beginning, where he was putting on this act about how it was really hard to talk about, when this motherfucker has been yapping about it for at least 4 different occasions now, and is the one at this point who is constantly just bringing it up and trying to explain it with different stories. And he left out quite a lot of details because he knew they looked bad, like him being the only adult and watching 2 younger individuals basically try to bang in front of him and in front of the whole party. And he just says to go to his YouTube for it because he didn't want to bring it up again. Just like he didn't want to bring up the documentation that John showed, where it stated that him and his brother admitted to the cops that morning that basically something sexual did occur with them and the person. So he's just ignoring that, and I guess he's just going to pretend it doesn't exist, or he's just going to hit you with the nuh-uh argument.
Nuh-uh.
We then went to court, and in the court she didn't want to come and testify because it didn't happen. Her parents threw her to boarding school. That poor girl went through hell with her parents. That's why she was doing everything to be able to get away from her parents. But she would say all these things like, I got raped, or, I was forced into things before us with other people. And then her parents also, after throwing her to boarding school, sued me and my family for $50 million. It was more of a lawsuit and getting rid of the daughter that was giving them issues. Now, nobody was willing to testify against me. Not her, not other friends, not her girlfriends, because when they did testify, they testified for me. They said nothing happened. And that is what actually happened.
And yeah, there you have it. Apparently nothing actually happened whatsoever, and they had just no evidence against him. But for some reason, he still decided to take a plea deal, as he's about to admit.
And then I was held in jail, not prison, for 30 days, and then I was released. What they asked me to agree on was a plea deal, which they said, say that she kissed your penis, and that is going to be enough to just keep you in jail for 30 days so you could learn a lesson, because you were the only 18-year-old there. I was 18, she was 15 and a half, and that was the difference. So everybody turned this into, he's a pedophile, he's a rapist, he's this, he's that. Look, I never raped anybody. I'm definitely not a pedophile. If I were to rape, I'd be on the sex offender list. You could go and check it out. There is no sex offender list. I'm not on there. If I were to rape somebody and say that I didn't rape, then that would be also illegal here in California. I could go to jail for that, because I have to admit to something like this. I can't just say I didn't do it. I go to jail for that. Okay, so what we initially got accused of was then later found out that none of that happened. So I got charged with something called oral copulation with a minor. Oral copulation with a minor means that a girl that was under the age of 18 kissed you on your penis. That's pretty much what it means. So that was the end of it. And then I continued my life. It got expunged off my record completely, like they promised it would. They said it's not a big deal. It is what it is. The fact that she wasn't 18, that's the only reason that this is happening. This is a raw video. I'm giving it to you guys. And from here on, you guys could do with it whatever you want. But if you see people, going with the Me Too movement and saying, she was 15, or you're a pedophile, or this or that, guys, I'd be in jail. I wouldn't be in a Rolls Royce. I wouldn't be in a $12 million home. I wouldn't be traveling the world. I wouldn't be free and doing whatever I want. You think you guys know about it and the cops don't? Just open your mind.
And that is pretty interesting. So first off, this isn't the whole Me Too movement thing, because as we've seen, we all have the receipts at this point. In fact, I probably have more receipts than you actually thought, because now the story has changed again, where you're trying to say that she just kissed your penis. But what's really funny about that is that I even have you in the comments where someone said, was she really 15? And you responded, I was 18, it was just a blowjob conviction by a minor because she was under 18, which is still definitely a crime, but now we've gone from blowjob to just a little smooch. So which one is it really? But then on top of that, your age seems to be changing as well, because I also have you trying to say that you were 14. So how can we trust this when you're constantly lying?
But I know that my fans are watching me and you guys love me, and you know that. But for the people who come new to my page, I want this to be on here just in case. So you understand, this is what it is. It's not what they say it is, but the fact that they said that has got me recognition worldwide, because then everybody talked about me. But then when they came to me and saw that that wasn't the case, then it wasn't the case. So other influencers are trying to make shit content about me, so that way they could go ahead and get views. That's all they care about. That's fine. At the end of the day, they made me the most famous person on the planet today. And I'm talking about influencer. Now, there's A-list celebrities and there's B-list celebrities. As a B-list celebrity, I'm the absolute most known face on the planet. Most of them don't like me because of the bullshit, but I'm sure they're going to learn to love me, because it is what it is. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. And you guys know that. I know that. And more than that, God knows that.
And I would have to say, the whole famous claim can just be disproven by your little stream not hitting over 20 views. And it's just ridiculous at this point, because he sits there and claims that people come and see that it's not true. But then he doesn't provide any type of evidence, and he doesn't explain himself for the countless contradictions that we have seen over the past couple of months. And I just can't take much more of it, so this is where we're gonna leave it for today, because this goober is just all of a sudden going absolutely crazy again. And he should really just focus on his Ali Soba fight. But with that said, if you enjoyed, please drop the sub and the like, and join the Saints Mafia, where we could douche these guys on a daily basis. In peace.
If you want to have your head, your skull very strong, you go back there and you'll have two guys on each side, the front and the back, holding you. And start with banging your head against a bag of sand. And also, for example, it could be a punching bag. From there on, you go directly into the wall. So you'll go probably a good 4, 5, 6 months of banging your head on a bag that's filled up with sand. And then after that, they take newspapers and they bang it a little bit slowly against the wall. Your skull becomes 4 times thicker. So you'll see there's videos of them take pieces of metal, break it on their forehead or on the top of their skull. It's because their skull is now like 4 times thicker. And it could break anything.